Hello, it's Janine. I haven't been live on here for a little while. I'm actually going to start using my StreamYard again, but this is a quick live. Let me turn this off. I turn it down. So today I want to talk to my Black folks, and I'm just saying that we need to be checking in on each other, especially during these times. I was walking at the dog park today and I saw this lady, and I had seen her before in the grocery store, and I did not even know she lived in my neighborhood. But I've seen her many times at the grocery store, and she has like a really big fro, huge fro, and she dresses very unusual. She wears like the ancient symbol, the Ankh. It's like a cross, but the top of it is curved. It's from Egyptologists. But we talked for a long time, and she actually initiated the conversation. She saw me walking, and I waved, and she waved. She said, "How you doing?" And I was shocked because I'm not really used to people asking me how I'm doing. That happened to me 5 months ago. This black lady saw me in Walmart, the cashier, and I hardly ever go to Walmart. But I think I need to God was trying to help me that day because I was grieving a lot over my father that day, and so that happened to me 5 months ago. And so today, the lady said, "Well, how are you doing?" And I said, so, because I have been having some anxiety. I think I got to stop, just don't watch the news because the news causes me a lot of anxiety. And then my sister calls and tells me what's going on. And I'm going to have to start telling her, hey, I really don't want to hear all that. I'm not trying to bury my head in the sand, but at the same time, if it's causing me anxiety, I don't really need to know. I need, not know uh, stuff that's going on with this current administration. So I've been kind of feeling anxious um, because they changed the retirement age to 67. That's one of the things I've been feeling anxious about. And I'm like, oh, so this country wants us to work until we 67. They want us to work until, we're just really old. And not 67 isn't really old, but a lot of times at 67, people have developed health issues. And so you can't really, some people can't really move around that well. And I want to travel. And so I was feeling concerned about that. I was like, man, I don't want my husband or myself or my sister to have to work to 67 because I want us to be able to enjoy life. And I just been trying to figure out how can I make enough money so my husband doesn't have to continue to work so long. And so that's been one of my concerns. And so back to the lady at the park. She said, "How you doing?" I said, "Well, so given this the current environment." And that started a whole conversation about what's going on with this country and about censorship, how trying to censor people and having troops move into different major cities. And we just had a long conversation, and then we were talking about religion. I'm a Christian and she is not, but that doesn't bother me if somebody is not a Christian. I think everybody should have their own beliefs. But she told me that a white couple um, had verbally attacked her because she was wearing an ankh, and she said that happened, uh, last week when she was walking her dog at the dog park. She got verbally attacked by a white couple because, she's not a Christian. And to me, if that is not right, you should not try to force your belief on anybody. And that really bothered me, because she views Christians as bullies, and she's talking about how these people in office call themselves Christians, but they're taking away everything from everybody. And that really bothers me because I am not that way. I think she got a misrepresentation of people who are Christians. So we talked a long time about religion, and it was a civil, discussion, and I didn't attack her and she didn't attack me. We just said what we thought. So what I'm trying to say is, we need to be checking in with each other. As Black people, we need to be checking in to see how somebody's doing, because the way things are going right now, we need to be checking in with each other, checking in with our family members, and whatever issue we may be having with our families, we need to straighten that out, because now is not the time to be divided. I mean, don't let uh, petty things stop you from talking to people in your family, or just talking to strangers. I didn't know this lady, and we talked for a whole hour. We stood in the dog park and talked for a whole hour, and we exchanged phone numbers. So she's going to be my walking partner for as long as I live here, because we're going to be moving, buying a house uh, near Dallas, hopefully soon, so we could be near our family. But for now on, when I go walking, I'm going to be calling her so we can walk together. And then also, I need some. I like to go to bookstores, and she likes to read. So that's somebody I'll be calling to go with me to bookstores. Because as of now, I don't have any friends that live here. I have no friends here. I woke up this morning talking to God. I said, God, I don't have any friends in Austin. All my friends live out of town. They live in a different city or out of state. I talked to a dear friend of mine yesterday that lives in Boston, and I have another friend that lives in Washington, and I have a couple of friends that live about an hour and a half in Killeen, Texas. I've been friends with them since I was 11 years old, but I have not seen them in quite some time. And so I woke up this morning, I was feeling sad. I was like, I don't have any friends. God, I really need a friend. And then I met her. And we may differ on a lot of things. We may differ on religion, and how we see religion, but that's okay. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, and so long as we are respectful of each other's opinions, we won't have any problems. So, Black folks, check in with each other. You see another Black person, don't look past them. Don't look past them. Cause see, they might really need to talk to somebody. I know, people don't feel like being bothered. They're busy. They're trying to live their own life. I get it. I get that. But she made my day. I tell you, meeting her made my day, because I was feeling all kinds of sadness, not knowing anybody here in Austin. I was like, I don't know nobody. And I've been here since 2016. I had a friend, but she a little bit too uh I don't talk about nobody, a little bit too materialistic. That, I guess that's what you can say, because I don't care what kind of car anybody drives. It don't You can be driving a hoopty, and that is not going to matter to me. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't care. That does not I you can live in a trailer park, but if you cool and we cool, I'm cool. I don't look down on people because they don't drive a certain type of car, or they, don't live in a certain area, or they're not associated with different elitist groups. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. And that's why we parted ways, because I didn't like somebody, kind of looking down on me because I drive a Hyundai. I didn't like that. It don't matter. That don't matter. So what? So what? I drive a Hyundai. It works. It's paid for. If I don't have any car notes, my stuff is paid for. So, anyways, I don't know who just joined me. Thanks for coming in, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I've talked enough. Um, I hope everybody has a really good day, evening, wherever you are. And again, check in on each other. Be kind to each other, because it's, in this current administration and how they trying to pull us apart and doing things, trying to take stuff away from Black folks and just other people. We need to stick together. Us Black people, we need to come together. It don't matter if you live in the hood. It don't matter if you live in the suburbs. It don't matter if you live in the country somewhere. We all need to come together. We cannot afford not to be together and be united and stand together and help each other out. If you have a neighbor and you got some vegetables, you grown vegetables in your backyard, which is what I'm going to be doing. Once we move into our new house, I'm going to have a full garden. I'm going to have vegetables, fruit. I'm going to have fish. But if I know somebody that doesn't have, and I got all these fresh vegetables, guess what? I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give it to my family members. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to go over there to the Black Culture Center and say, hey, I got all these fresh vegetables. You guys need some? And that's how we make it together. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.